Hey everyone, I am so excited that you're tuning in today. Today I want to talk about intimacy and relationships, all the things I learned in the past, and yes, I am so excited because for me, I truly realized that the quality of my relationships make up a very huge amount of the quality of my life. So if your relationships are very good, for me personally saying, my level of quality in general for my whole life is increasing immensely. So we are humans who are made for relationships, and we are made to live in tribes, and we are made to live in connection with other people. And some people may say, no, I don't need friends, I don't need to have like a lot of relationships. I would say every one of us needs intimate relationships and close friends and family, and in general people around us. Maybe some people are more extroverted and it's a little bit more important, but in general I think it's in us human that God made us for relationships and to be together with other people and share our lives with others. So what I realized is that the level of intimacy that I can have in relationships is determined to the level of intimacy I can have with my own heart, and I am willing to feel the feelings that are within my heart, and actually also my ability to be emotionally intelligent and to be able to regulate my emotions and to be aware of if this is triggering me, what is within my heart, what do I feel, what are my needs. And the more I am connected to my heart and to what I'm feeling and being able to process my emotions, I am a better person in relationships. I can show up as a better friend, I can show up as a better woman, I am being more vulnerable. So in order to have some kind of intimacy in friendships, in relationships, I need to feel safe enough to open up my heart, to be vulnerable, to share my feelings. And that's why it's hard when you're in survival mode to cultivate healthy friendships. Even though in survival mode, what we really need are healthy connections. Because when we're in survival mode, we're scared that we're not surviving. But when we know, hey, I have a tribe of people I can always rely on, our survival mode is decreasing. So actually not having a lot of people you can rely on and you can count on, and having healthy intimate relationships actually increases your chance to be in survival mode, because you know when something is happening, there are people you can count on. And that's human made, because when we're living back in the days in tribes and we were without our tribe, it was harder for us to survive. So automatically our survival mode kicks in. So also in survival mode, you don't feel safe enough to open up your heart, you don't feel safe enough to share your feelings, because you're in a state of survival and you see a lot of things as emergency and threats, which when you're in a different brain state wave, when you're not in survival mode, when your nervous system is regulated, you wouldn't see as a threat or an emergency. So it's harder to have then and cultivate healthy relationships, because you're in a state of surviving. You think bam, 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 like this, like I need to survive, and we become more selfish in survival mode. So that's why I always say, like, taking care of ourselves is the most selfless thing ever, because when we take care of ourselves and we regulate our emotions and we regulate our nervous system and we are able to process whatever we are feeling, we can show up as a much better woman, much better person, much better friend in relationships, because we are not projecting all of our fears and insecurities and anxiety onto other people, and we're just a better human to be around. So prioritizing your needs and taking care of yourself is actually really, really selfless. Yes, even though there might be guilt coming up. for us around this topic. So what else about intimate relationships? So you can cultivate intimate relationships to the level your heart is open and you can receive love. So for example, when like a few years ago, I felt like people are so far away from me. I don't know if you can if you have ever felt it, but I felt like people are over there and I'm like in the box and I'm like on the other side. And I wanted to be with them, but I couldn't, and I didn't know why. And like over the years, when I did my inner work and when I worked on my beliefs and I worked on regulating my nervous system and I sat with my emotions, which were very uncomfortable a lot of the times, I realized that in order to survive, I needed to protect myself so much that I built so many walls up, and I had so much stored trauma in my body and especially my hips that were full of in order to need to be safe, I need to guard myself, I need to protect myself so much that people felt so far away. And I thought people are far away. I thought people don't want me to be close because I obviously wanted to be close, until I realized it's my mind, my body protecting me from the danger that was happening during my childhood, from the things that I feared, from that were actually interventing with feeling safe. So, and when I were in a safe environment and when I was more able to feel and process all the emotions, and I started to finally feel safe to let people come closer to me and to be more intimate, and it was so hard for me in the beginning. Even though I really wanted intimacy, my whole body and my whole nervous system was programmed to not be intimate, because to not go deeper in order to protect myself. So that's what I'm saying. It's so important to connect to the feelings that are within your heart and to fully feel them and to sit with them. So like, I think it was maybe a week ago, I found myself like being on my phone on the evening, and I felt like a little bit dizzy, and I had this feeling that I am avoiding a feeling that I didn't want to feel, and I was really dysregulated, and I just scrolled, which is dysregulating my nervous system even more. And then I was like, no, I'm doing so much damage to my brain right now. I did so much rewiring of my thoughts and thought pattern. I can't do this. So I stopped. I decided I'm gonna stop now. I put my phone away and I felt the emotions that were coming up. And it was so much sadness coming up because of all the times where I wanted intimacy, but I blocked it because I wanted to protect myself. And all the times where it was needed that I protect myself, and all the times where it wasn't needed, but I still did it because that was what I learned. That was the attachment pattern that I learned, and that was what I was thinking is the right thing to do. So I personally believe that in our modern society, we are way too busy and way too much distracted and all over the place. So especially with short format content like TikTok, it is so damaging to our brains. It's so like bad for you because you're like scrolling all the time. You have so much input and like your brain needs to process it, and then we have so many things to do all day long. So what I found myself like really longing for was just time to process all the things, and not to distract myself. So what I can recommend is really taking time, like start with maybe 10-20 minutes, and then like go up to how much you need and just sit with the emotion, and no phone, no music, no nothing, and just feel whatever you're feeling. Because I'm sure that a lot of things will come up if we take the time and space to let them come up and let them rise up. And when we sit through them without distracting ourselves, we can let go of them, because this is just energy that wants to like move. And if we're always pushing it down, then we have so much build up energy that is within ourselves, and that is can be triggered, and then it's all coming up in situations where you don't want to come it up. So yes. And another thing is, what is important for relationships is obviously you want to give love and you want to receive love. What's interesting is to look at your beliefs and patterns around the topic of love. So, for example, what do you think you have to do in order to be loved? Do you think you're lovable? All these kind of beliefs and the patterns that you're having. And so, for example, you could think that you need to work for love because you don't feel worthy of love. So these are things that we can work on, and then we see our relationships transform. So I thought, in order to like increase the quality of my relationships, I need to like talk with my friends more and talk more about our feelings, etc., etc. But I realized all of these things are good, but I realized the more I work on my beliefs around relationships and heal the trauma that is still in my body that happened in relationships, I'm automatically a person who, first of all, is attracted to a different kind of people. Because when I have a lot of trauma from relationships in my body holds a specific energetic frequency for relationships because of all the energy that is still in my body. So I attract people who are in the frequency, who match my wounds, who match my insecurities, who just like, if you're an unhealthy person, like healthy individuals in relationships, they don't feel attracted to you. So I found myself like truly working on this stuff and being attracted to a different kind of people. And those people who triggered me so much, and I thought they were the problem. I was wrong. I was the problem. It's me, I'm the problem. No, I don't like that song, but it just came to my mind. They don't trigger me anymore. So it's so funny. I had this person and they had like XYZ of like behaviors, and it triggered me so much. Then I raised my frequency and I worked through this stuff. This person is still the same person, but I don't care. They can be around me all day long. I don't get triggered by them as I was used to when I was on the same frequency. And I felt myself that the more I do my inner work around relationships, the people who used to trigger me, they don't trigger me anymore. And the people I feel attracted to and I attract are more healthy individuals. And the cool thing is, when you do your inner work, you then attract more healthy people because you are a more healthy person, and you find yourself being experiencing positive things in relationships, which are the real deal to healing relationships. So it's one thing to sit at home and feel the feelings and pray and work on your relationship stuff, but once you have had positive experiences over and over and over, and your brain recognizes it, oh, it's safe to tell this, oh, it's safe to share this, oh, it's safe to be hugged, oh, it's safe like have this kind of intimacy, then my body like starts to be like, oh, okay, because I have experienced thousands of times like that it wasn't safe. So now, even though I did my inner work and I did experience it a few times, the more I experience it, the more this is my new norm, because I have experienced it many times now. And my body is like, oh yeah, okay, now we're not in this state anymore. So, yes, this is what I wanted to say about intimacy in relationships. I believe relationships are the key to a happy life, 100%. I found myself really increasing the level of intimacy in my relationships and the ability to have healthy relationships. And I'm so thankful, and I'm still working in it. I'm still getting better, but it's so much fun to experience this love and connection and safety, and it just feels so good. And I think all the material things that we want and we wish, we often just long for the love and connection we desire. Not saying that I don't desire material things, because I definitely like good, beautiful things and traveling and all kind of luxurious things. Everything that's pretty I like. But I really value people, and I think that it should be always a first priority, like people over things. And yeah, yes, I am so genuinely happy, like, with the people I'm around now. And yeah, the cool thing is, it's when you have healthy relationships with one person and you have the ability to be a person who has healthy relationships, even though you move away, even though you go abroad, your ability now changed. You changed. Your energetic frequency, your energetic vibration, it changed. So you will do it again. And now you go from conscious competence to unconscious competence. Like, you naturally will do it without having to think about it anymore, because you rewired your mind, you rewired your nervous system, you became a new person. So yeah, that's so cool that we have neuroplasticity, and that we can change the way we think, we can change the way we're programmed, and we can make new experiences. We can connect new thoughts in our brains. So I think that's so cool. I think our brains are so phenomenal. Yeah. If people would know how much power they have, and like the immense creativity and abilities your mind alone is bringing you, people would guard their mind more and take more care of it. I found myself, the more I know about neuroplasticity and like the subconscious mind, being like, oh my god, just watching this ad is actually more expensive than like paying for a premium version, so I don't have to pay it. Or just listening to this conversation actually costs me more. You know what I mean? So we always pay with something. If it's not with our like money, it is with like our energy or time. So yes, that was everything I wanted to say about intimacy and relationships. I hope you like it. Write me in the comments what was your favorite point. Yes, I'm so excited to see you in the next video. If you desire private coaching with me, you can contact me and write me an email. The link is in the bio. And check out my other videos here on Instagram or on YouTube, where I post more long format content. Yes, I hope you have a great day. I am so excited to see you in my next videos. Bye bye.